Why is there something, matter, energy, life itself, in the universe, instead of just an empty, absolute nothingness? Most of the time, we don't ask. Look at this guy edging his lawn. He isn't worrying about the origins of the cosmos. He's just trying to finish the yard work before dinner. We spent nearly all our lives wrapped up in these routines. The philosopher Martin Heidegger called this everydayness, a state where our total absorption in habit makes us blind to the strange, brilliant fact that the world exists at all. In this state, the things we interact with become invisible. When you grab a tool, you don't pause to marvel at its physical reality. You only care about what it can accomplish for you. We choose the safety of practical utility. It is easier to drift through a series of chores than to face the terrifying, dizzying wonder of our own reality. Over the last few centuries, this personal habit of ignoring existence scaled into a global system. Heidegger named this technological mindset enframing, an obsession with measuring, controlling, and optimizing everything around us. Under this lens, nature loses its mystery. A forest is no longer an ecosystem to respect, it is a standing reserve of timber, an endless inventory of extractable resources. This mindset strips the river's wild power, reducing it to a battery of potential energy. That relentless extraction eventually turns inward. We treat human time as a commodity, optimizing our sleep and productivity like machines to be managed. We traded wonder for total control. By treating the entire universe like a gigantic gasoline station, we achieved efficiency, but we alienated ourselves from the actual experience of living. But occasionally, the routine jams. A wave of deep anxiety washes over you, stripping the comfortable familiarity right off your surroundings. The chore you were doing suddenly feels disconnected. The hammer in your hand stops being a tool, becoming a bizarre, heavy chunk of metal. The background noise drops away. You are forced to notice that the physical matter directly in front of you actually, undeniably exists. And you realize that you exist too, an individual thrust into this specific, fleeting moment. This overwhelming anxiety shatters the technological trance. It is the cost of clarity, the friction required to finally face the world as it truly is. Once that clarity hits, the most uncomfortable truth of human existence surfaces. Our time here will run out. Heidegger defines being toward death as an ongoing, everyday condition of human limitation, the constant frame that gives our time its shape. Your death is your own most possibility. You can outsource your chores or adopt society's opinions, but facing your mortality is the one thing nobody else can do for you. Knowing your timeline is capped burns away the trivialities. Confronting death forces the choices you make to carry genuine, personal weight. Heidegger called this way of living authenticity. It does not require abandoning daily life or escaping into the mountains. You still go to work, you still fix the car, but these tasks transform into deliberate choices, conscious ways to spend your finite time. Your environment shifts. Instead of seeing the world as a resource to be extracted, you recognize a clearing, a space where the meaning of existence reveals itself on its own terms. By accepting our limits and refusing the demand for extreme efficiency, we rediscover humanity's highest capacity, a quiet, profound gratitude for the mere fact of existence.